The following program contains coarse language and nudity.
Hello.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Bang howdy, VGS listeners, and welcome into the one, the only, the world famous video game show, live from Game Trader 22 Hawks, St. Charles, Missouri 63303. I'm your host, Rich Bergen. Alongside me tonight, we got the regular crew after our last big, huge group. First of all, to my immediate right, apparently having a seizure or stroke, we have the one, the only, Mr. Matt Gurley.
Hey!
What's happening to you?
Oh, the good Lord is taking over my soul.
Woo!
He's not a ghost. It's not ghost Jesus.
I
said
Holy
the good
Spirit.
Lord.
Oh, okay.
And directly across from me, representing the weird right, we have the one, the only, Mr. Jake Friedel.
Hello.
Welcome to the
Scary ghost.
Welcome to the scary ghost horror-themed episode of the video game show live on election night. Where, if you're looking for updates on the election,
You missed him by a couple or a day or two, maybe?
well, no, this will be up tomorrow, but
Okay.
we should hopefully know who's president if this isn't remixing what happened in the Bush-Gore election, where I was reminded the fact that I made the declaration about midnight that night, I'm staying on the air until we figure out who's president. And then about 10 more hours after that, and starting to sound a lot like your brother, I was more like, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up because my voice is gone. But before I go, I want to say the problem with mainstream media is we still don't know who the president is.
Calling it now, whichever way it goes, there will be a recount or fraud investigation, guaranteed. Either way it goes.
Oh,
It'll be faulty machines or Russia. It's going to be one or the other.
something's going to happen. But you know what? That's not for us to discuss. Unless something monumental happens during the show, we can break it to you. Breaking news, which will come 24 hours later after it happens. So it's kind of breaking news, but not really. It was breaking news to us and old news to everybody else. Go ahead and send your hate mails right now to vgsmailbox@gmail.com.
By the way, do we have any emails?
I have not checked to see if we have any emails.
What?
Check and see. Shut up.
You left it up to fate?
How is
do
it?
that.
How is it fate that I like?
Fate's
literally-
a whore.
You heard it here first, folks. Fate is in fact a whore. Hey, we do have some emails. Want to go ahead and talk about some emails?
Yes.
All right. So, wait a minute. Let me.
Viagra, Cialis, 100.
Rich goes, all right, make your member bigger with just 3 pills. That's spam, Rich. That is spam. What's wrong?
want to know
Shut up!
Are we having...
No, I'm just trying to figure out if I read this.
We're having technological differences.
Well, this is election night, yeah. Camacho.
That's on sale on Google Play Movies. I almost picked that up.
Oh, why didn't you?
Maybe I might. Who knows?
I want to see how many people wrote in President Camacho.
When you see Camacho takes the inaugural speech tomorrow or whenever.
Which literally starts with shit.
Only if I get to see somebody driving around in a big dildo car.
Welcome to Carl's Jr. Fuck you.
All right, so this one comes from Kyle. Kyle writes in, with the announcement of the Switch, what do you think the battery life of the tablet and the controllers will be?
Hopefully better than the Wii U.
I think we briefly touched on this last time, just talking about the Switch and how is it going to, because the processor, is it going to be
need to know how the
battery
engine's
suck?
gonna run. Right.
So, it better be cutting edge, some big, it's got to be a big powerful battery, because the way they're touting this is it's a console that you can take with you.
Soul Pals?
Well, I'm going to say...
Soul Pals.
So what?
Soul Pals.
Solar panels?
Soul Pals. Yeah, Soul Pals.
Hot name, boy. Everybody know that.
I would say the half decent, though. With
What's
the
that?
Data
Hold
Tegra.
on. Sorry. What's that from?
Soul Pals.
No.
I don't know what the other one's from.
I'd like to see home.
Soul Pals.
Joe Dirt.
On the way you make it. That's what it was. That's the line.
No, Soul Pals is from Birdemic, Shock and Terror.
Oh, I've yet to see that.
Soul Pals.
I've never even heard of that.
You've never heard of Birdemic?
Nope.
Okay, The Room?
Yeah, of course.
This makes The Room look like an Academy
Goodfellas.
Award-winning film.
That's a shame, because I thought that was one of the most boring films I've ever seen.
No, you need to watch Birdemic, Shock and Terror. Preferably riff tracks and not the regular Shock and Terror. Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. The fact that the Vita is kind of my lead-in on this one is sort of like what you can do with a high-powered screen and portability. The big question mark, though, and we said this last time, was we need to see what's under the hood because you not only have a battery source running the tablet, but then I'm assuming the controllers themselves have also their own battery source, given the fact that they can be detached and then played on the side. So that's the big question mark as to what's it going to do.
You know, I wonder with them being attached on the side if they're going to go off the main battery when they're attached on the side.
Like, are they charging at that point?
Right, or basically it's just all
base?
feeding from the base battery, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, yeah, I mean, nobody knows.
Right now, the only things we really have to go off of is the video. So
Yeah.
whatever the video didn't tell us, we don't know at this point.
Yep.
It's guesstimation at best.
Much like birds, all the speculation about the Switch is up in the air.
Soul House.
That was over my head.
What? Much like, oh, never mind.
My other question
Break my
is
heart for you.
my other question is this: Nintendo revealed a whole page of developers on board with the Switch. With Skyrim being so predominantly featured in the Switch reveal, and Bethesda backing away from confirming Skyrim on the Switch, not a great sign to start with. Not to mention Nintendo's checkered past with developers supporting their systems. How many of those developers will actually make Switch games and actually stick with the platform? We've heard Nintendo talk about getting third-party support on the last couple of consoles, but the games either never materialize or the developers abandon the platform. I hope they stick with it. It's all going to be, again, about the hardware and what the software architecture is going to be. Now, I will tell you this, in my opinion. Third parties with the Switch are going to want to get on board with the Switch because we've talked about the fact that Microsoft and the Xbox is pretty much just going to end up becoming a PC at that point.
Right.
And Sony, and I'm not really sure where they're going with the PlayStation, but right now the Nintendo is the safest place that's going to have a handheld and a console market. So they're going to want to get on board. The question mark is how easy is Nintendo making it for them?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. How many games did the NVIDIA Shield have for it? Because those would be like direct ports, basically.
Yeah.
Didn't the NVIDIA Shield essentially have anything you could play? Didn't
I think
are
it
you
had,
talking
like,
about the handheld
Borderlands
with the
too.
flip
Yeah.
screen?
Yeah, it's an
that I
Android.
own, that I don't know anything about.
You own it?
I got it on clearance for $20.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah,
a
exactly.
really good deal.
Well, you could stream anything on your Steam account to it.
Right.
And that, but
I'm
as
pretty
far
sure
as like
it had local games too.
it did.
Okay.
Well, again, I have about as much experience with time with that I do with my Ouya,
fair enough.
which should also be in $20 bargain bins right about now.
I actually have a lot of experience with my Ouya, and it's just because I was either hacking it out or watching Cody with it.
I played 2 games pre-religiously. The one was, I think it was called Parking Space, where you would just take control of a car that was coming in at
Yes.
90 miles an
Yep.
hour and you had to park it. And then Amazing Frog, question mark.
What was the other one? Something Memories.
Distant?
No. It
Vague?
was set up like... Yeah, it was set
Drunken.
something
like
along
that.
those lines. No,
Frozen.
it's set up like
Bacon.
Snatcher.
Bacon memories.
But it was
Shattered
pretty
memories?
cool. No.
Fragmented?
No.
Broken.
We'll just
Shattered.
read-only memories.
I wouldn't have gotten
A
there.
read-only memory was it? Yeah.
It was
random.
pluralized.
Yeah. Maybe.
And then you made it singular.
I don't remember.
You set me up for failure.
Yeah, read-only memories, I think, is the name of it, or read-only memory. I don't know. Why don't we look this up?
But bottom line, I would like to see them keep the third-party support. That's definitely going to help them out. But I mean, then again, Nintendo's kind of been resting on their first-party laurels for quite some time, and it kind of worked out for them. But I mean, if there's a new console out there, developers want to be a part of it. It's just a question mark of how easy is Nintendo going to make it for them. And again, we don't know much about the architecture or of the software. We don't know much about the hardware itself. So it's a big question mark as to what it's going to end up being. It looks like in the video that EA or 2K is definitely on board because we saw a basketball game. I'm not sure which one it was. But who knows at this point in time what it is. Again, sadly, we know as much about you guys do. Nintendo doesn't tend to return my calls anymore. They keep reminding me about a quote vocal restraining order, which I don't know what that even means. But as soon as we know, we'll definitely look into it and bring it to you because definitely a big thing. And that so we got that one out of the way, and we do have another one. let's see. Hey, VGS crew. You know the Nintendo Switch is not going to be perfect, and I expect to have at least one serious problem. Maybe battery life, maybe missing extras, maybe the side controllers get stuck easily. But, I'm okay with that. For pretty much the Atari video game consoles that have followed almost linear platform, they could have gotten more powerful. They could have gone 2D to 3D, and non-gaming features have crept in. But most of this feels like simple progress along the same line. And then the Wii came out. It has flaws. Where did the name Wii come from even? But it was different in a way, and that almost no console has done since. The Wii U also played with this idea, and the DS played with different ideas as well. Compared to that, the Switch is the most conventional system that has been released in a long time. I almost worry that they're not being different enough. The other systems all had games that couldn't play on different systems, and that goes away here, and they are back to a single screen and a standard input. So where does Nintendo leave me on the Nintendo Switch? Hopeful. I like the idea of a gaming tablet, but I don't really like touchscreens. I like the idea of built-in cross-platform support between a console and a handheld. Will the Nintendo Switch be those things, ultimately be fun and a success? And that one is from Kludrew Inc. Again, it's one of those things where I want it to be a success. I would love to see Nintendo be a dominant force in the console market again. I know people say the Wii was, and it was definitely by the numbers.
It was a sales juggernaut.
But but it felt like a completely separate product at that point in time. It was a game console,
right,
definitely.
Your PS3 and Xbox 360 are pretty close in terms of what they did.
Right.
Whereas the Wii was almost like not even in the same ballgame.
Right. But I mean, Nintendo definitely will ultimately always get credit, in my opinion, for being innovative.
Right.
And trying to go the next level.
The Wii was very fun. A very fun system for what it was.
Yeah, and if you want proof of companies laughing about Nintendo and what they're doing, but then ultimately copying it, look at the VR controllers now, or AKA the Move controller. The giant lollipop dildo thing that Jake gets so much of a laugh out of.
Oh, yeah.
Laugh and or use.
But yeah, I think it'll do good. I think Nintendo's got enough of an install base that Nintendo's name will sell any product off the bat. The big question mark is just going to be, as we get closer to the actual release date, like what games are actually legitimately coming out. If it's like 10 first-party games and like 2 pseudo-okay third-party games, I'm not sure it's going to do so well. But if it comes out the gate with like a bunch of high-end third-party support games, and that on top of some good first-party games, it could be great.
You know what the console needs? A Call of Duty. A surefire Call of Duty.
Yeah.
It does.
Well, I mean, the Wii U did.
It did have, but it had Black Ops 2. It never came out with 3.
Yeah.
It never came out with Ghost.
No, it got Ghost. It got Ghost.
It got Ghost.
Yeah, it was like the 360 version, so it was terrible. But yeah, I got it.
Oh, I didn't know the Wii U got Ghost.
I might pick it up. Since it's like
that's nothing to
$10
brag about.
Yeah,
Believe me, that's nothing to brag about. But yeah, if it came out, say like with Grand Theft Auto 5. Like right out the chute, and maybe like
actually, they should be aiming for the next Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption.
Dread.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely got possibilities, and like I said, unfortunately, we're gonna have to wait. Nintendo says we're not gonna get any more data on this until after the holiday season's over. But hopefully, once that does come to pass, we actually get some legit information. I definitely want hardware specs before I make any kind of a decision about this. For sure, because let's face it, if the hardware is not right, the system is not going to do well.
Correct.
And I don't want to see this become some next failed project of Nintendo's. And so. Yeah,
fair enough.
That's what I got on that one. So, but yeah, be sure to email us, vgsmailbox@gmail.com, because we love to get your emails and we love to hear from you and always welcome. By the way, I want to talk about an event. If you missed this past month of October, we had a really cool event here at Game Trader 2 for Extra Life. We also had a Trunk and Trade. It was amazingly awesome, and if you missed it, you missed out. But good news, there's another event coming up. We've got Saturday, November 19th, starting at 12 noon. We have the second annual Game for Your Brain tournament here for sponsoring the Walk to End Alzheimer's. We'll be playing the Nintendo World Championships cartridge from 1990, and the coolest part about this is it's the actual cartridge.
Yes.
Not a repro,
very cool.
not a retro USB version. It's the actual legit cartridge. Will be in store. People will be able to play on it. And that, come on out, $10 for one run, $20 for two runs, plus a commemorative t-shirt, which is always cool. Top 10 scores get a prize. So definitely come out. I'll be here. Matt's going to be here. Are you really going to be here? Because we said you were going to be at the last one, and you didn't.
Saturday, right?
Yeah.
I'll
That's
be
to say.
here.
You sure?
We'll see.
I'll give Jake a 50% shot at being here. And we'll go from there. So, yes, be sure to come out to Game Chair 2 Hawks in St. Charles, Missouri, 63303, and come out for that. So let's talk about some things coming up. There's not that much news this week. It's kind of the holiday season becomes kind of a barren desert for news. Because frankly, right now, no one's really talking about what's going on. They're just focusing on getting all their games out there. Every week, there seems to be at least one or two really big heavy hitters get released. This week was no exception. The very anticipated Dishonored 2 came out today.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, Dishonored 2 came out today. But I think the big thing this week is going to be, of course, Friday, November the 11th, the NES Classic Mini finally drops.
Oh, man. Talk about hotcakes.
Yeah.
That will be...
Can't wait for everybody to try to resell it. Even
I-
though
and
I think there's going to be a bulk amount of them.
There's
so
going to be...
it'll
You're going to see a huge amount on eBay go up that day, and then Nintendo's going to be like, yeah, well, we have only 10 more million shipping out tomorrow,
Yeah.
and... I just,
Yeah, Craigslist is going to be full of them, and then
Yeah.
the next day, it'll be like, oh, you guys
please don't pull the trigger on buying one on eBay, even if your kid has to have it. Just don't.
Yeah, look at Amiibo. That's all you have to-
just, I think it's going to go the way the Atari Flashback. There'll be plenty of them, and eventually they'll be $20 at Walmart.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the key. The key thing too is I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, it's sold out. It's sold out online. I can't get it anywhere." Keep in mind, with the exception of GameStop, and I'm not even sure if they took pre-sales in store, but most of the time when you get these online sales, and that's just online. So like. They're still going to ship units to Best Buys. They're still going to ship units to Targets. Bed Bath & Beyond is carrying this.
Yeah, I was
stupid
gonna say,
thing.
I think, like,
Macy's
Walgreens
is going to carry it.
carrying it.
Yeah, I mean they're going to be in a lot of places. So there's a very, very good chance that you're going to be able to get this on
It's
Friday.
going to be like trying to get Aquafina water or something. You're going to find it everywhere. You might even find it in gas stations.
Now you jokingly say that, but
Yeah.
I have had a bitch of a time getting Dasani water when it's been on sale at Target. So I'm just saying.
Note to self: find Dasani for Rich.
I've got plenty right now, but I'm just saying. Sometimes water is hard to come by. But yeah, I think it's definitely going to be chaos at first. Although I will say this: I do look at the Sunday ads, and I don't think I saw one ad advertising the mini, and it comes out this Friday.
Yeah.
So
I don't think they have to, is the big thing.
for gamer enthusiasts like us, no, you don't have to. But for like parents
Fair
to
enough.
know to go buy the Christmas gift for their kids,
Fair
I think
enough.
you do.
I have
need
had
it.
people work with me
Yeah.
like, when's that coming out?
Right. See, that's the thing though too. It's not advertised much of anywhere. Like the only ads I ever see for it are video reviews online on YouTube, and that's because I'm subscribed to pretty gaming heavy, sites. That's not necessarily who this is going for.
Yeah.
And that, all the meanwhile, there's piles of the Atari Flashback 7
And,
sitting out there. Although I will say this for that, they have a homebrew game on the new one, the 7. Adventure 2, which was a homebrew.
Oh, yeah.
is
Yeah.
in the
That's
Flashback
pretty
7. And they also have the Sonic Collection version of the Sega Genesis is also out there.
so hardware-wise, have they really changed it all since, like, the 4?
The Atari Flashback?
Yeah, I mean, like,
I couldn't tell you. I think
is
I
it
own
just
2.
game list, really?
I think it's pretty much just upgraded game list.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I think it's just upgraded because I know like one of the ones I saw in the 7 they were all going nuts for was, hey, this year featuring Frogger.
Yeah.
And I'm like, for real?
Yeah.
That's what you're going with? Okay, I mean, like Adventure 2 is awesome. Like if you put that all over the cover, I'd have bought one by now.
Speaking of which, the Flashback series or whatever on the PS4,
PS4.
How many games are on there?
I think it's like 20.
Oh, man.
Or so
That's-
40 or
that's-
20 or 40.
We're taking up like a full megabyte
entire-
on like the 8
Yeah,
gigs.
on the Blu-ray. Yeah.
Oh, it's 50 each.
Oh, is it?
I have the
Okay.
Xbox
Either way,
One version.
you could have 8 million Atari games
Yeah.
on that thing.
You, in theory, could fit every Atari game probably ever made on a one Blu-ray.
10 times over.
Probably more than that. Yeah,
But
I mean,
it's a total cash
it's cool.
grab.
It's cool,
It'd be
though.
fun. I think it'd be fun to play online against someone like, oh, hey, you want to play some Pong? Sure.
Oh, is that one of the options on it?
I think you can play online.
There is
yeah,
only
that's
multiplayer.
cool, that's cool.
Because I said we talked about this game before on the show, but Quick Step is Quick Step is among one of my favorite Atari games, and it's fun as hell to play with a multiplayer. We had a tournament of it at Torture for Tots, which was not all torture. It was an awesome hour to play that, and that would be a game that if that was online, I'd be like buying copies for everyone I know to be like Quick Step tournaments online every Wednesday night at 9.
To be fair, though, if you and somebody else are playing Pong on your PS4, you need to reevaluate your life choices.
But it's an HDMI.
Yeah, fair enough. Look how crisp the bar is.
The white line. Look. There's no ghosting.
Yeah. Oh man, I got a plasma. I don't want burning.
Do you have a plasma still?
I do. Actually.
Do you really?
Yep.
The plasmas, though, they produce the darkest, like the black.
The richest blacks.
Yeah.
I thought that was CRTs.
No.
Well, in terms of HD TVs,
Yeah. Well,
but they have
yeah.
when it comes to like now.
For like watching movies, they're still like
No,
the
it's
preferred
perfectly
choice,
fine.
yeah.
So where does LEDs lie? Because I have LED in the front in my main living room now, and my LCD is in the other.
Oh, LED is definitely a step up from an LCD, though.
really?
As far as like, basically your lighting, yeah. How much was it luminance or whatever?
Something lumen. I know you're
Yeah.
going with that. Okay. Just curious.
Yeah.
Because I.
But it'll last forever with it being LED.
Yeah.
That's one thing about plasma is it kind of has a shelf life.
Lots of new games came out.
yeah?
Lots of games.
Like what?
Little Titanfall 2
Yeah, that came out since
came
we
out
last spoke.
on Xbox One and PS4, and it's coming out to great reviews.
Yep.
Battlefield 1, great reviews. Skyrim, Enhanced or whatever,
Yep.
great reviews. Now that's for me at least. Those are the big three for me.
I think I'm gonna wait till Black Friday, see what kind of deals
There's
they got
going to
going
be.
on.
Well,
Yeah,
I bought my dad Skyrim for his birthday.
Yeah.
and I went over to see it.
Was it 60?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh.
But I used to watch him play that all the time on the PS3, and looking on the PS4, oh man, that's a game that should have waited maybe because it's
Yeah.
like it just runs so much better.
Oh, it looks
and
yeah,
the
phenomenal.
textures are just incredible looking.
And it's a PlayStation product that can play it correctly because it was terrible on the PS3.
On the PS3 especially and the
Yeah,
360,
choppy,
when you had
super
anything
choppy.
over like 100 hours on a game, when you'd load your game up, it took forever to load everything, and the frame rate would be in the teens.
Did they even get all the expansion packs onto the PS3 version? Because I know for the longest
yeah.
time,
They got
Xbox
all of them on
360
there, but
was
by
like two
then-
ahead of them.
Well, did they get a Legendary Edition on the PS3?
Yeah,
Oh,
Did they?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
but it's more people bought the 360,
Okay.
360 version.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm looking. There's definitely some games looking for a Black Friday. Forza Horizon 3. I'm looking for a
I might
sweet
pick that
deal
up if it gets
on
a good deal.
I will tell you this right now. Amazon's doing their Black Friday sales all month long, and they've had some amazing deals on the flash sales. You just gotta be ready to grab them. As I was telling Matt before the show, I still haven't got my PS4 yet. That'll happen in 2 weeks, hopefully. If someone remembers to bring it from home. But anyway, I'm just kidding. Love you. But yeah, I picked up Uncharted, the Uncharted, the
Nathan Drake
collection, and Uncharted 4 for $24.
Crazy good deal.
Oh, yeah.
And they've had some amazing ones. That they had a Blaze Blue deal this morning I missed out on. It was dropped from $50 down to $15. I couldn't catch it in time. But yeah, I mean, the deals for Black Friday, keep an eye on them now. Last week, Target did their buy two, get one free. Someone this week, and I think it might be Best Buy, is doing buy one, get one 40% off on all their games right now. So there's definitely deals to be had before Black Friday. But you know the Insano deals are going to happen on Black Friday. And just remember, you don't need to run to a store. 90% of those deals are going to be online, and Amazon tends to price match a lot of them.
Yeah.
So do yourself a favor. Enjoy your Thanksgiving with your family. Get some sleep. Don't get up at fucking 5 in the morning to go to a mall.
Yep.
Unless you're into that kind of thing. I'm the one to
I was
discourage
gonna say,
you.
yeah, jumping on the computer in the morning. I get my cup of coffee and I jump on the computer and I
Shop.
mean, load up the other websites while I'm looking up the Black
What
Friday
is
deals.
Gobblers.com? That's where I get my weather. But
What about Perfect 10? Perfect 10? That could be like a bowling website. Yeah, they don't really show penetration, which is kind of a problem.
Side note, Digital Foundry did a couple of comparison tests with Battlefield 1 on the PS4 and Xbox One, which is kind of cool because that was kind of weird.
I assume the PS4 came ahead.
Well, no.
Really?
PS4 has a dynamic resolution, so it'll go up to higher and then it'll
Right,
drop
so
down.
it's probably like 100p or whatever higher.
So, which none of us will ever pick up on our own eyes.
Right.
Which I'm becoming more and more. Because everyone's like, PS4 is 1080. Well, you won't be able to tell the
steady
difference with
frame rate.
900.
I'll always take a steady frame rate over.
Battlefield 1 is a 60 frame per second game.
Yeah.
Xbox One holds it better. And when the comparisons you see, you won't be able to tell a difference. So for me, that made an easy decision. Xbone won.
Okay.
And then they did it at Titanfall as well, and it's kind of the same thing. PS4. I mean, I don't know what it is, but lately these first person shooters, they're running super solid frame rates on the one with a tinge bit better resolution than PS4, which your naked eye.
I was gonna say 100p difference. You're not gonna notice a difference.
I will say this, as someone who has put a couple of hours into Battlefield 1, gorgeous.
Yeah.
It is absolutely gorgeous on the Xbox One. It's probably the best looking game on the Xbox One.
And then
right
I did
now.
the misfortune of watching the PC comparison.
Yeah.
It's sad because it's like 4K,
Right.
full 60 with not a drop.
But remember, though, what you're watching is not a $300 console running a game.
No.
You're watching a
I'm just simply
$2,000
saying
beast computer
It is
running
a
it.
beautiful game,
Oh,
though,
yeah.
on a full-blown gaming PC. The particle effects and the explosions, it looks so incredibly real.
My favorite part about 4K though is whenever I try to watch it in YouTube, trying to watch 4K video bogs down my computer where I can't even watch the video.
I watch 4K on this.
Yeah, well that
Now, I did want to point out one thing. This is what I wanted to talk about because it's been getting some flack, and I think for good reason because it hasn't wowed me yet. The PS4 Pro comes out
This week.
yes, and places Digital Foundry, one of them. Everyone's gotten theirs, and they've hooked it up, and they've ran it, and they put the games in.
Last of Us got the 4K update, I guess.
It got a 4K update
yeah.
or like a 1080 full 1080p, at 60 frames.
Yeah.
Because right now it's only 1080 at 30, but because you have different options, you can run the game. But I'm sorry.
You have to have the Pro for it, though. Yeah.
And also, they're saying that your TV has a big difference with how much quality you're going to get.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
So I'm looking at these games now. I'm sorry, guys. There's no way. Because I should have sent you the link. That one of the top comments on this video was like, "Enjoy your $400 overclocked PS4."
Yeah, yeah.
It's really hard to put 4K on that thing. They're having a hell of a time getting 4K on that thing, and that wasn't that the promise?
Yeah,
wasn't that the thing?
And doesn't it disturb you the fact that the PS4 Pro is not a competition cart with the Xbox One or the Xbox One Slim S. It's supposed to be the competition to the Scorpio. But yet, from all accounts of what I've read so far online and people who read them,
to annihilate it.
Yeah.
Well, Scorpio's gonna annihilate it because people are saying the Xbox One S performs better than the PlayStation Pro.
Oh, okay.
I've read that twice. I've read
Really?
that on 3 different websites that the Slim S is putting out better output than the Pro at this point.
Better output on what?
As far as like being able to do 4K better.
Oh, with like media, because it doesn't do games.
No, it does media though.
Right. Okay.
Guess what the Pro can't do? 4K movies.
Yeah.
Explain that bullshit to me. again.
we ranted about that before because it's Sony of all people, but yeah, they did an Uncharted one which I watched recently, and yes, it's nice looking, but it's like all the games are 1080p at 60 frames, which was kind of what they were trying to do with the PS4. And when the PS4 Pro was announced, it told us you're going to get 60 frames, you're going to get 4K. Boom. We're not seeing much of it, and the games that they're putting out that have the enhanced. I'm sorry, guys, but other than the only thing I would think would be cool is I think the VR games are going to take good use of it.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, I'm not going to warrant $400.
To me, at this point, I almost would treat this as I would a new console iteration, like a flat-out new one. Of you need to let it wait a year. What are you pointing at me for? Oh,
I see you.
yeah. Okay. Admittedly, I'm sitting here right now and I'm tapping to look at election results. Sorry, I kind of care. But what was I saying? That you completely
Sorry,
okay.
PS4.
I would treat the PlayStation 4 Pro like I did with the PlayStation 4 when it first came out. Not even considering buying it within the first year of its arrival, because give them the year to work out the snafus. Because a year from now, the PlayStation 4 Pro will be able to do the 4K and all its promises. It'll get there. It's just not there immediately. Now, I'm the guy who has not bought into the PlayStation 4 right. I'm about to buy one, an original one, not a slim PlayStation 4. Which I don't even know why the shit they did that.
Yeah.
To me, that only exists for the Uncharted 4 packing.
For a company
and that's
that
about
had a
it.
great lead on the whole console race, they've shot themselves in both feet pretty.
Right, because
Yeah.
all they literally did was it runs cooler and it's smaller. The evolution of the regular PlayStation 4 to the PlayStation Slim is a joke.
It seems like, like, not as bad, but the Wii Mini, like, choice of a console,
And that was no Wi-Fi, no GameCube.
yeah, and
No
then
eShop.
They didn't make
Right,
it
you couldn't
super
do- yeah.
cheap. Well, it's like $100. What, $100?
It was like $100, but still, you couldn't do other than play just Wii games.
right.
That was it.
Right.
Chuck's had one sitting there on the shelf for I don't know how long now. No one cares about
I'm
that.
still calling it. It's already starting to happen. The prices on those are going up because nobody bought them.
Right, because they
Yeah.
were, and
Right, now they're the sought after thing.
Yeah, well, yeah. People made fun of me when I got one. I was like, just wait.
Well,
This
it's
is
going to
going to
be
be a collector's
there's
item.
not many
'cause who wants
systems
it? Yeah,
that have smaller iterations other than like Master System 2.
yeah.
That's a
See,
hard
I would
one
on
to
the
find.
Master
Right,
System
but
too,
that's
yeah.
one because they took the card out, the 3D function's gone. It's essentially a similar kind of thing. It just plays basic ass games.
Well, I'll
Now,
tell you one that
ironically
people
enough-
love though.
Ironically enough, the Sega 3, the Genesis 3 didn't have the same,
That's right.
Yeah.
One that's inferior that people love though, the Game Boy Micro, smaller screen and everything else, but people love it.
Because the screen is like it's incredible for how
Oh yeah,
impressive
yeah.
the
I mean,
screen is.
I love it, but,
But-
I love my obscure type stuff though too.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, by the way, moving past this slightly, because we're well, you know what? At this point in time, let's go around the table real quick, and I know where I stand because I'm in this position. If you didn't own a PlayStation 4, you decided this year was the year you were going to get it, and are you going to go for what model are you going for here?
PlayStation 4.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, if I didn't have it already,
if you didn't have it already,
yeah, I'd go Pro.
You'd go Pro?
Yeah.
go ahead and get the beefy Pro.
Yeah, if I didn't have either, I'd want to get the Pro. But for
Well,
Sony,
how much more expensive is it than the base?
Well,
It's $100. If you bought them new, it's $100 more. But if you're comparing it to the Slim, but with the Pro, you're not getting anything but the system. With the Slim, you're getting Uncharted 4.
I'd probably go for the beefier system, but that's just me.
Okay. See, I'm going for. Great, I'm buying mine used. I'm not buying mine new, but
Right, I
it's
mean-
$200 cheaper, and I don't have a 4K TV.
Well, yeah,
you know what
I-
I'm planning on getting
hey,
anytime
I-
soon. So
Yeah, that's definitely a value.
see, I'd
right
rather
there.
take that and just throw in. You spend an extra $100 and throw in a 2 terabyte hard drive and be done.
Yeah,
with
if we're
it.
talking used versus new prices, absolutely, I go with a used PS4.
Yeah, at this point. By the way, if you don't own a Nintendo 3DS, Nintendo came out with a big news today. Or
Got
yesterday.
another one coming out.
They have a exclusive Super Mario Brothers themed new 3DS coming out, and it's going to be $99.99 on Black Friday.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be the super new 3DS.
No, yes, this one can run SNES games with the FX chips in them.
Here's an idea: allow one to use the Virtual Boy games,
Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome.
please.
That would be cool. Why couldn't they do that?
They can. There's RetroArch is already getting it to work, and then you can use like Gear VR, and then you can play them on through emulator.
You don't even necessarily need it to be VR at that point. The 3D on the 3DS
Right, that's
would
what I'm
make
saying.
it
There's
look
no
cool.
reason-
I mean,
yeah, there's no
Let's
reason
be
to do
honest.
it.
That wasn't exactly a VR experience.
No.
But that was a 3D Game Boy is what that was.
I actually just saw an article and it showed like all these Game Boy games and then like Virtual Boy games, and people are going back through the ROMs and then recoloring them or like adding color
Textures.
to them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it looked really cool.
there's 3D videos you can watch on your 3DS XL of YouTube of the Virtual Boy games.
Oh, that's
You
pretty cool.
Crank them up, and it's trippy.
Yeah, they need to just release them.
Yeah, put them out there.
I mean, they're out there. That Nintendo might as well. Nintendo's bad about that. Like their old stuff. It's like bring it back.
Well, much like the SNES on 3DS games, which
Yeah.
Rich and I both bought 3DSs for.
Over 2 weeks and not a new SNES game. Just saying, Nintendo, what the shit?
I meme Jake.
Oh, okay. And once again, we go an entire show without the word docking. Oh, wait. Never mind.
So
there it is.
back to my crybaby rant about 3DS, SNES. So we got Breath of Fire like 2 weeks ago.
Over 2 weeks ago.
Over
Yeah,
2
yeah.
weeks ago. And have had nothing since. Nothing.
I'm hoping there's something this week, this coming Thursday. I'm really crossing my fingers.
How hard can it be?
Not very.
It's free money. I would buy all of the heavy-hitting SNES games that they put out on the 3DS. If there was 100 badass games on there, I would have every one of them on my 3DS. You betcha.
Yeah. And you know what? I'd fill up my memory, and then I'd have to go buy another 3DS because I'm not getting rid of that one.
And
I'll be damned if I'm doing that transfer shit again. That took 9
Yeah.
hours to do.
Yeah.
Screw that noise. Sorry, not going to happen.
So hopefully Thursday. Hopefully Thursday they'll have something.
Cross
to
my
let me
fingers.
know because you're the one that can check during the day.
Yeah, I will. I usually get up in the morning.
Oh, I forgot to ask you last week. I was like, damn it. And I got home. I was like, all right, I checked. I was all happy. Then nothing.
Why do you think I didn't text you? I didn't want to ruin your day at work.
By the way, there is no new 3D, nor is there a will to live.
It's like, look, do you tell Dad the bad news like right when he wakes up when he's getting ready for work and he's pissed off, or do you tell him when he's just got home and had a crappy day? It's like, man, thank goodness I'm home, my place of peace. You got who pregnant?
Yeah.
Oh,
Lord knows I know that problem.
yeah. So if you don't own a 3DS or you're a parent looking to get a deal for a 3DS this Christmas, like I said, Black Friday, getting a Nintendo 3DS for $99 is not bad at all, and it's got some pretty cool Super Mario-esque design with a bunch of different characters and enemies and sprites. It's really cool looking and definitely worth the price of admission. So, we were talking about the flashbacks earlier, and we were talking about the Nintendo Classic Mini, and we know that there's the Sega Genesis weird one that's got built in, that's got a cart port
At
on
games, correct?
it. Yeah, that's got a cart port that kind of works.
Yeah.
Well, so a company in Brazil apparently is making and taking pre-orders right now for their Sega Genesis.
Yep.
From the looks of it online,
Tech Toy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's really cool because they've been doing that since early 90s.
Yeah, they've constructed a Sega Genesis that looks just like a Genesis Model 1. Looks the part, looks the piece, has an SD card slot, so emulation friendly it looks like. It looks really good. It looks like the original thing. Now, keep in mind, this isn't a Sega licensed thing, but they are apparently using the specific specs from Sega to build it. And we've seen when companies get specs for things that some third-party made products can be really good.
Tech Toy, that they did pretty much all of the games that were Brazil exclusives. Like they even got like Mortal Kombat 3 on the Sega Master System.
Oh wow!
Yeah, Tech
Crazy
Toy
Bus.
Did that. I don't know. I don't know about Crazy Bus.
No.
So what's the price on that? I saw it, but it was in whatever.
It was. Let me look it up real quick. It's not.
I got
It's
super
not-
lazy. I saw the price and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna try to.
It's
spend
not
it on
cheap,
dollars.
but it's not ridiculous to the point where you're like, why in God's name would anybody ever actually spend money on this? Oh, I've got it right here. Let me pull it up, and it will cost you $118 American. Now, it does also include the following games are pre-built into the console, and this is a pretty awesome set of games. So you've got Alex Kidd, Alien Storm, Ultra Beast, Arrow Flash, Bonanza Brothers, Columns, Decap Attack, E-SWAT, Fatal Labyrinth, Flicky, Gain Ground, Golden Axe 1, Golden Axe 3, which is pretty awesome because
absolutely.
that's not a cart that came out here in America. And then, something jumped up. Jewel Master, Kid Chameleon, Last Battle, Outrunners, Sega Soccer, Shadow Dancer, Shinobi 3, Sonic 3, and Turbo Outrun. So those come built into it, but it does it does have a full recreated console added with an SD card reader. It's not officially Sega, but it's basically an identical replica that plays the exact same way.
Yeah, but is it only like
Whoa, man! Here we go.
Isn't only composite out though?
Console comes with a controller, manual, AV cables.
Which is total horseshit. That just put HDMI on it.
Yeah, but if you're trying to recreate the experience, though,
I guess. But I will say that a lot of these new TVs now, some people just don't. Some people don't have, because this is for the casual gamer.
Yes,
and a lot of your casual gamers have brand new HD TVs, and they're doing away with composite outs.
But if you're not doing upscaling, it's going to look like ass going through an HDMI cable.
That's what I want. They should upscale them. They should be able to. It should be built in with HDMI.
I agree with that, but at the same time, though, that's going to add a major cost element to it because they're not running emulation. They're actually running off of the actual chipboards and everything.
Is there a price on that thing yet?
$118.
Wait, for the Sega?
Yes.
Forget that. for a composite, and it's not even a Sega product, and they want it.
Yeah,
okay, we'll have fun selling none of those.
Yeah,
and that's officially closed the book on them.
Well, right. Of all things, though, the Nintendo Classic is a win-win.
Oh, there's there's no comparison to the Nintendo Classic here.
But I was just thinking, okay, well, it's got a lot of games on it.
But price point is, double the price.
Double the price, but with better quality. You're getting better quality pictures, a superb interface, a front menu and everything. You get those controllers that can be used on your Wii U.
Yeah, the Wii and Wii U. The only drawback I've heard about the NES Mini Classic of those who got their hands on it so far is apparently the cable on those controllers is ridiculously short.
That's fine. Yeah. I don't even.
I'm like, look.
Closer to the TV, the better.
If you've ever played a Famicom before, you know what close.
The Famicom one looks really cool too.
But you know what close quarter short cords are like. Or if you ever own a TurboGrafx 16, you know what short cables are about.
TurboGrafx 16 kids will remember this. I hate myself.
Yeah.
You should. You really should. So there's plenty of options to buy. Everything. By the way, let me ask you a question because I know you're a big fan of limited run games.
Yes, sir.
And that I know you also like limited run games. And now that I will hopefully be a PS4 owner very soon, I will start getting back into limited run games. They're doing something a little odd. Normally, limited run games is known for basically doing, hey, this game's coming out on this day, we're releasing it in batches, and that's going to be it. But now they're doing something a little different. They're doing Skullgirl's Second Encore.
Yeah, I already pre-ordered mine.
Okay, so this is a little different. So instead of just they make X amount of games, here's when they're going to be available, and you go from there, which I think Volume is their next limited run game, which I think might be this Friday. It's exclusively a Vita game.
It was going to be last Friday, but no, it's this Friday.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they're still doing that, but they're doing the pre-order on Skullgirl's Second Encore. The pre-order is going until, let me pull it up here real quick.
14th, I believe.
Yes, November 14th. And, oh, no, wait. You'll expect it to ship in January 2017, but they're going until November 14th. But essentially, they're going to make as many as they get pre-orders for.
I wonder, though, with going this route, since people don't know how many copies there are, if there doesn't actually end up being less copies out there because people are like, well,
if there's no demand shown,
exactly.
You only sold 1,000 as opposed to their normal 3,000.
I kind of wonder, though, with it being a pre-order like this, if you don't see there's only 1,000 made because people
only ordered.
Right.
They're not going to. This is not a company who's going to make 10,000 copies.
Exactly.
They're going to go, all right, the cutoff date's today. How many did we get? 1,001. Cut 1,001 and put them out.
Right.
Well, they're going to make a few more extra for the limited run games to vault somewhere.
Well, that's the big thing you've seen with limited run. The only reason people ever won is because it's like small run stuff. Shantae is a little bit different. It was 6,500.
Shantae was 6,500.
Those are notable games.
Well, Shantae flew.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That might have been one of the fastest
missed the
sellers.
morning. I got it.
Soldner's the only one I can say is probably faster. Which now,
but that's
you see Soldner's getting a reprint?
Yeah,
not through them though.
Right, but it's also to a shmup, which is a whole other.
Right. And Shantae does have a really cult following.
Oh yeah.
I'd say really cult because there's a new there's a new Shantae game on the 3DS, and there's a new one coming out for Wii U, and PlayStation 4
it did have a cult following.
Right.
Coming
Now
out,
it's
like,
finally
next
getting
week.
its light.
Right.
Because Jason at Trading Games had a cart only of that game.
Yeah, Game Boy Color
And I
one's
want to
like
say
400, isn't it?
was
Yeah,
it was
it's-
it was like 280 cart
Oh,
only.
is that?
Yeah,
Okay.
300 cart only. And I downloaded the game on my 3DS.
It's a solid game. Oh, yeah.
Because it was a late color. DS was already out. It was a late color game, but it has graphics on par with like a.
Man, you know what bothers me the worst with like expensive Game Boy and Game Boy Color games? There's getting to be so much piracy
Repro.
on that.
Yeah,
it's so hard to
Because we
find.
mentioned the Castlevania.
Yeah.
Double pack. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's going to be an easy market too, because
Yep.
no one who else. There's not as many people in the the small carts. That's not as big as a market as your NES, as your Super NES and stuff.
Right.
So I remember when I was selling some of my games, you're like, "Does it have the stamp?"
I remember back in my
Talking
day.
about? And you're like, "Yeah, just check and see if there's a stamp there." Sure as shit. Yeah, it does. Okay, it's legit. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
yeah. That's one of the main things I look for on those carts is if it has a whatever the number. I'm sure
Yeah.
it means a lot number or something on there printed. But yeah,
We both picked up Shantae.
yep.
Yep.
Everybody,
We
but
got both copies. You'll
let-
be no.
let
He's
Rich share.
isn't. He's selling them, isn't he?
No, he's not.
I thought you said you
No,
got.
I'm
four.
not SOL. I have an option, which I'm not going to talk about on the air because I want to keep that as secretive as humanly possible. Because I'm hoping
agreed.
not anybody knows about it, but I might have a shot at this.
yeah, agreed.
Why didn't you pick him up?
Because I checked my computer at 9:02 by mistake. Because
They weren't available at that point.
no,
Really? Is
no,
that quick?
No, and
The
then
morning went faster than the.
and then
Yeah.
I was working, so I get to check the 5 o'clock.
I think 5
script.
o'clock. You had 7 minutes, if I remember right.
No, you didn't, because I looked at 5:04
No.
and they were sold out, and that's when I saw the message of like, "Oh, keep adding them to the cart, trying to add them to the
Yeah,
cart because
no, there
of
was,
this."
like,
and
there
I
was
did
about 100.
feverishly, and it didn't happen.
There was about 100 in purgatory. People that had gone
Yeah.
add the cart,
Yeah.
and then that's it.
right, and believe me, I sat there and tried to catch one of them, and then finally they came along and said, "Nope, now they're actually sold
Because I
out."
checked them at like 5:14, and it said 1 or 2 left of each.
See, Shopify is a little weird though too. Like that's
Their distribution or
yeah.
whatever.
So whenever you add something to the cart, like it'll say for the longest time, even though it is sold out, it'll say like there's 64 copies left or something. If you try to add it to your cart, it'll then say it's still sold out.
Oh no! It would let you add it to the cart, but then when you try to add, if you viewed the cart,
Yeah,
it was
sold
in
out.
your cart. No,
Oh,
it was
really?
still in your cart. But then when you try to check out, it would tell you sold
Oh,
out.
really? Okay.
Yeah, it was not a simple like F5, 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 refresh the crap out of it. I
was gonna say-
you had to go through 5-step system to find out.
That's one of my
they still don't
favorite
have a
things
copy.
to do during limited runs releases.
Get there about 5
is-
minutes before and F5 the shit out of it.
Yeah. Well, add like 99999, and how many copies you want to add because they'll only let you add as many as are available. And then hitting F5 and just see the numbers just go down.
Drop.
Yeah.
Drop to sink like a rock.
Now, do you get 2?
Oh, of course. Of course.
So you guys see it? Do you have an entire sealed limited run?
No,
What are you
so
missing?
I think what I'm going to end up doing, because I would like to have a full set, is I'll probably end up doing some trading of my doubles.
High-end.
Yeah, doubles, and then maybe get like, okay, so I don't have Saturday Morning
what's-
RPG for
That's
PS4.
not as hard. The hardest I thought was that
Breach and Clear.
Breach and Clear.
I don't have Breach and Clear, and I don't have
Saturday morning RPG.
Saturday Morning RPG for
You have Apes, don't
PS4. Yeah, oh yeah, Exodus or Odyssey.
Odyssey.
For,
New and
Yeah.
tasty.
yeah, the only other thing I don't have, which I'm sorry, man, I just can't collect PC as a limited run thing, but the silver case that they did, which
Well, I don't
was
count
also a
that.
pre-order. Yeah.
I'm just saying as far as PS4 goes, because I'm not even.
Oh, no.
I'm not doing
No,
Vita.
no.
I think it would be kind of cool.
I'm
because-
actually more geared toward the Vita on this run,
limited
actually,
run.
yeah.
I just like the fact that they have the spines are limited numbers.
Yeah,
and,
no, it's really cool.
And if you,
The best part is GameStop won't take them because I guess they don't have the rating system and stuff in there.
well, these I really do think.
Oh, is that true?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
There's a. Grab the one that's over
I couldn't tell if he was about to barf or he had to go grab something at first. I couldn't figure out what that was real
He
quick.
dropped some anus.
What is it?
One-Way Heroics?
One-Way Heroics. Yeah.
Where's your rating? It ain't there.
It is not there. There is no rating for it.
So,
Oh, wow. It's only 109 megabyte install.
yeah.
Nice.
I really do think, though, these games here will be. I think these are going to be some incredibly heavy hitters 10, 20 years down the road.
Yeah.
Oh, sure they were. Sure.
Because it's not like it's a skeptical of, well, there's about, 10,000, 30,000, 40,000. No, there was only 3,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is that the collector market is going to be vastly different 20 years from now.
It will, but if it's anything like it is now, or it just stays, I'm not saying it's worse or better, but if it's anything like it is now, these will be sought after.
Oh, yeah.
If you think of an SNES game that only has 3,000 copies of something or something like that, it's just like, it's not easy to find.
That's true. That is true. By the way, do you find it funny that no one has tried to do the same thing yet? Like, there hasn't been
Another
copycat
company
group.
to...
Yeah. I mean, how has that not happened yet?
In a way, that Sudesco company, that's that video we were watching.
I guess they are kind
It's
of
a
like
similar thing, but instead of limited, it's just...
Can we get an Axiom Verge physical? Please. Please.
I downloaded it from my PS4.
What was that other?
Ago.
There was that other one that was like Salt and Sanctuary or whatever.
The Dark Souls people. It's like it's a Metroidvania style.
Yeah, that definitely needs one. I'm still kind of bitter that we never saw that Wii U version of Fatal Frame.
Yeah, I know.
But there's no way Nintendo's ever going to let them do that.
I know. See, that's a shame. Is Sony's the only one? Well, I guess PC, but that doesn't count. But Sony's the only one on board with doing like limited run stuff. Well, yeah, in general.
Yeah. Sad. So we talked about this last week, or 2 weeks ago. I keep saying last week. Sorry, that's referring to Overclock. So we talked about the fact that GameStop was taking in retro games at all their locations now. And I believe it was you, Matthew, that said I should take my copy of Dracula X in to find out what they would offer me for it.
When?
I should take my Dracula X to GameStop to see what they would give me for it in trade credit. You were curious to see what kind of trade credit they were offering.
I said it to you. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we didn't need to do that because on their website you can actually search trade value.
Yeah.
And
the trade values are terrible.
If you have a copy of Evo, which is about a $250 loose cartridge SNES game, you can get a whopping, are you ready for this, folks? $37 in trade credit.
All of your high-end SNES games you're going to pay anywhere from $100 to $300 for. It's all about the same.
It's all about, there's nothing over like 30,
so
like 37,
you would
38.
think at least maybe you'll be able to get 60 so you can get a high-end game, because if they're going to turn around and sell that for who knows.
Yeah, here's Dracula X and Evo. Okay, for $10 more you can get Madden 17.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, it's insulting to me that you could go in there with a Dracula X, an Evo, an Earthbound, and get as much credit if you brought in a Battlefield 1, a Titanfall 2, or, whatever new game is out.
Just another thing to clearly show they're not in it for the games. They're in it for just taking it and...
I don't even... who in their right mind is going to do this? Like, trade with them at this point?
This is going to be your casual gamer. This is going to be some kid who found games, or a grandma just getting rid of stuff.
It's that's one thing. It might be like the mom, the dad, whatever, getting rid of a box of games.
It's going to be your shysters who know how to do repros and fake labels. They're going to make serious bank off of this.
Yep. No, I'm not going to do that.
No, not you.
I wasn't insinuating you.
Oh, I got one like that.
I know you have.
Yeah.
I'm pointing at you because you had that experience.
That Chrono Trigger, I did a video on that. Me opening the Chrono Trigger and be like,
or the guy
this looks like a legitimate board. And then you pop it into the thing and it's like, NBA Live.
Or the guy who got the DuckTales 2, but it had a repro label on it.
Yeah. I would be happier getting a repro label on the actual PCB board than... Because I look at it that way, that the label's completely ripped off, essentially.
But at the same time, though, if you're going for just, I want to own this game and I never have any intention of selling it, repro label, fine. But if you are one of those people that buys the game, plays the game, and then one day maybe wants to sell the game, you are not getting value with that damn repro label on there. No. You would have been much better off having, there's a Jeopardy copy over there in the AS area that has, literally 90% of the labels torn off, but there's just enough to identify it's
Or
Jeopardy.
The Mario version of NWC.
That'll be here on the 19th.
The fabled Mario card.
You will see the Mario NWC card.
Mario. Whoever found that the first time was like, my child is going up for adoption.
Maybe it was the person who actually won it.
You think? I don't know. I have a hard time believing if you won something like that you would tear the label off and just scribble something
Okay, but
on it.
at the same time, though, we know that there's only, like, of the 90 of those that were made,
Yeah.
only 40 at best, I think it might be actually under 40, are accounted for, which means I guarantee you 20 or so of those, at least, of the unaccounted ones, were thrown into a garbage can.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. Someone might have them all. Who
Yeah.
knows? Someone could have them all, or some people just have them unknowingly.
You know what I'm waiting for, and this is going to happen eventually because it happens to any rare stuff because people
A pallet of them.
Oh, no. I was going to say people on YouTube love to make YouTube revenue, and I don't think people realize that's what they do it for. Somebody's going to take one of those cartridges and smash it with a sledgehammer just so that they can get YouTube views.
So they get a million views.
Yes,
and...
exactly. They'll be like, look, I just paid for it 10 times over.
No. A million views. What does a million views get you with ad revenue, though?
It depends on who you're with. But
Yeah, but they kind of already did that on the Angry Video Game Nerd.
it was fake.
It was
though.
fake, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there were a lot of people who still email them going, was that real?
Right,
Well,
but they
I think,
also-
though, if it is a
even
real one, like Pat Contry would be calling him out. Be
Even
like,
in
this
the-
idiot, and
Even
then,
in the video, at the end of the video, there's the broken cards, and they both come in with their hands
Right,
with
right.
both the cards.
Right.
There would be a slight minor temptation if I found a Steam event for $5 at a garage sale. I would love to just take a hammer to it for a video.
Before you do that, let me murder you, because it'd be the dumbest thing you could
Yeah.
ever do.
Well, no, it would be an EU version, which really isn't that.
I
great.
do like the unsealing, though. Those do crack me
I
up.
don't care about that, but I'm saying if I found a game for devil's advocate here, but it's like, $5, it's worth $5,000. Hello, $4,000 quickly. You know,
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
Like,
yeah.
bye-bye, game.
No,
Bye-bye.
like I said, I love the guys who are like, hey, look at this, Dracula X, and yeah,
And you see the Seal Boys just like,
yeah,
and because games to me are like cars.
Right.
Drive them.
Yeah.
And I'm all for having a low.
I couldn't figure out, you do know that cars don't, come in a box and the dealer unwraps them.
No, but people take care of it. I'm saying, you have an old collecting, you have an old Corvette or whatever, something old. People still drive those cars, though, and it's very cool. That's what you should do with your games. Instead of having a car it's got 2 miles on it, and I just put it in a garage for its life.
The only ones I've really kept sealed so far is limited run, which is actually kind of stupid because everybody's going to keep them sealed. But at the same time, you can get a digital version right now, so you might as well download the digital version for now until.
Are you
can't
saying limited
play
run
anymore.
games are the Beanie Babies of our generation?
Absolutely.
I thought we were going to buy our mansions with those.
But more Beanie Babies were produced then.
That's true.
A smidgen more.
Really?
Maybe.
Yeah.
You think?
I'm joking. There's
Okay.
millions of people.
I didn't know if they did super
Let me give you a
limited
hint. If you're
editions, I don't
looking
know.
to collect something and you think to yourself, oh man, this is worth a ton of money, let me give you a hint right now. What is the one surefire way to guarantee what you're getting is not collectible? When it says it's collectible.
Yeah.
When it says it's limited edition, it's bullshit. It's not.
I'm still betting to the house on this, man. I cashed in my 401k and I got a full Pog collection. It's coming back around.
Do you know how many assholes are sitting on sealed Darth Mauls from episode 1?
Yeah, I'm
thinking
sure,
that's going to somehow be worth the same as a sealed Darth
Most
Vader.
criminally underused badass character ever.
I'm not going to disagree with you, but I'm just saying the people know why shit from the 50s and that is so hard to come by and is all collectible when it's sealed. It's because no one thought about, let me not open this, it might be worth money someday back in the 50s.
Hey, at least in the Darth Maul aspect, at least they used him again in Insidious.
That is true.
He did get you were
A lot. He got 2 movies.
He didn't
out
have
of
the
that, too.
force as much, and his lightsaber was gone, but he was pretty creepy.
Oh, he was damn
He
creepy.
got hoofs.
Yeah.
He got hoofs.
Well, they had to replace it.
What's that about?
And he plays Tiny Tim.
They had to cut off his lower half off in Star Wars. They had to replace it with hoofs after that.
Yeah.
He's had a really traumatic life. Yeah. The poor guy
Yeah,
just wanted to
now he
fight
lives
on
through people's nightmares.
He went from being a disturbance in the force to a disturbance in your dreams.
I think we need to make an unofficial fanboy sequel to
that blends
bridge.
the 2 of them together. But further,
Con video?
Yeah, I think so. One last topic before we go. And I think this is interesting, but it's one of those interesting, but you gotta show me more. Pixar, it didn't happen. So Steam came out with a brand new policy, an updated front page screenshots and all that stuff. Their new update is basically requiring that game developers actually show real game capture videos and photos. They're not allowing, they're saying no more speculative stuff. The screenshots we show have to be of real game footage in your games. That's all well and good, and I figured the way they would guarantee that was the developer, because if you don't know how Steam works, when you put a game up on Steam, you kind of put up, the developer is the one who puts up the description, they put up the videos, they put up the screenshots. So my thought process was, in order to guarantee this, they have to submit a full game to Steam and Steam does screen capping themselves. But that's not what's happening here. They're still relying on the developer to be honest and put actual screenshots up there. And I know this is all a response to No Man's Sky. We all know this, but the fact of the matter was, at no point did anyone look at those screen caps and go, that doesn't look like real gameplay footage to me. They all looked like real gameplay footage. So how are they going to know if it's real or not?
Yeah.
So is this just nothing more than just posturing versus like actually doing something about the problem?
Yeah.
How are mirrors real, though, if our eyes aren't real? That's a Jaden Smith quote.
Why do you know that quote?
From Filthy Frank.
Who's Filthy Frank?
He's a YouTuber, and I just started watching him, and he's absolutely hysterical.
Okay.
I wanted to hate him so bad.
Well, at first, I was like, this guy's annoying. And then all the stuff he's ranting about, I'm like, I get it. This guy is hysterical.
Yeah. I wanted to hate the guy. I was like, look at this idiot. And then I watched it. I was like, okay, no.
He makes some valid points.
Yeah.
The way he makes fun of people on the internet, like especially with like the people that brag about their taste in music, like, oh, we got a special snowflake over here. Like, well, I'll show you after the show.
Okay, fair enough.
It's worth a watch.
Okay.
Man, he's not at PewDiePie's level, but he's way
He's got
up there,
over a
though.
million.
Yeah.
And he's got a weird bunch of he does a lot of stuff with How to Basic.
Oh, yeah.
And they're
How to
all
Basic.
sick.
Have you ever watched How to Basic?
No.
Oh, How to Basic is always great. And my girlfriend falls for it almost every time.
Oh, because it starts off like salad. It's basically a lot of stuff is food, how to make food. And it starts off as your standard, here's some stuff, here's some stuff, here's some stuff. And all of a sudden, whatever's next, it's like an egg against the wall.
Okay, I've seen this. Yeah.
Splashing stuff on his thighs, real gross.
Yeah.
Like putting his stuff in his foot and something.
Yeah.
Okay, I have seen
It's
this.
so gross.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I think everyone's seen those Facebook photos of like those super quick recipes where they make it look like, oh, I could do this and I'm an idiot. Those recipes. There's someone new that's doing it with like the most basic thing. It literally is like, it's literally watch the guy pouring a bowl of Cheerios.
Have you seen the tiny meals? People making like literally.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the little tiny food for like their gerbils and shit? Yeah, that's
Yes,
cute.
I think it's funny. Like it's just
See,
like
if I had a child, that's how I'd feed them.
Little tiny burrito.
oh, look at that, a C.
That's all they get.
Look at that, a C plus. You look awful hungry.
Looks like you're gonna work for your food.
We have now seen a future for Matt's child. By the way,
That's right.
you got an announcement to make, don't you?
Yeah, this is gonna be my final show for a little bit. Little Jack is Samantha comes to full term next week or whatever, so he could come probably. within a
Samantha
month.
is his wife, and
My
little
wife.
Jack is his son to be.
Yes. So
Let's pray to God for her sake that kid doesn't come hands first, because it's never coming out.
that would be the easiest. I feel like the hands were caught up in there. Like if he grabs onto something. Yep. If he grabs onto anything.
It's coming.
It's gonna be like the in Contra on Super NES. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
It's the skeleton or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you have all the mosquito crazy things flying around.
Would you mind videotaping the birth? I really want to upload that on YouTube.
No.
But yeah,
I mean,
so
you could blur out her hoo-ha or whatever.
I'll be gone for a little bit. I don't know how long exactly, but I'll be in touch, obviously. So I'm wondering, is old Charleston Chew is he going to step up to the plate?
He does when there's usually only two of us here, so hopefully
All right,
so.
awesome. Good.
If not, we've got people on the phone, like people we can call who like to be on the show, such as Brother Bob or
Sure, Bob would be down
Kurt,
because
Kurt or James or Yeah, there's people, and there's other interesting.
I don't think
folks
you can.
we
I don't
know.
think you can afford the FCC fines that James is going to bring upon you.
That's why it's not live.
Yeah.
That's why there's a very specific cast for Overclocked versus here.
Fair enough.
Down with FCC.
Yeah, you know me. All right, I think that's going to do it for us. Again, though, come out November 19th, 12 noon to Game Trader 2 Hawks Nest, St. Charles, Missouri, 63303 for the second annual Game for Your Brain tournament. I will be here. Jake will be here. Matt will be here.
We all be here.
We all be here. And come out and hang out with us. And, bring some diapers for Matt.
Yeah, that's right. We're having a little diaper shower for me.
Yeah, if you bring diapers, you can come in.
Yay!
Yeah.
You don't have to. That would be seriously very nice of anyone to do that.
Yeah,
so.
bring diapers. Or you know what? If you don't want to buy diapers, baby wipes. You can also use those.
Jack's been saying something about Battlefield 1 for the Xbox One. He's got a hankering for that one.
Wow, Matt's going to be vastly disappointed in life like his daddy. All right, that's it. Thank you guys so much. Take care. Bye.
Bye.